What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another random lure challenge. So today I made a deep diving crankbait, my very first crankbait I ever made, and I think this guy came out pretty awesome. But shout out to Pontoon Tryhaul for leaving me a comment. He said, isn't it time to make a deep diving lure? And yes, it is. So if you guys want to see me make a lure, any lure, leave me a comment, and if I pick your idea or use your idea, I will shout you out in the video. So shout out to Pontoon. But I was walking in the Walmart and I saw these fake plastic gems, and I thought, how would that look on a lure? So that is what I did right here. So as you can see, this lure looks pretty crazy, and it is super reflective. And I'm in the shade too. If I go out in the sun, this guy is insanely reflective. But will it catch fish? I'm about to go find out right now. But first, we need to jump back to yesterday where I first started making this lure. Alright, so after a little bit of sanding and cutting, we got this shape here. I'm going to go ahead and draw the edge lines. We can get that cut down. Alright, so this line is going to be the fattest part of the bait. So this is balsa wood, by the way, so really easy to carve. Really soft wood. Very rough carving. I'm gonna go ahead and sand this down. Now I need to draw the edge lines here. I really love the shape of this belly right here. Like going around that curve with the pencil felt really good. I don't know why, but it just felt good. So I got all these edges carved down, and I always sand my edges. Just sand them and make them all smooth and about even as possible. It just makes me feel better about my carving because the carving isn't always the cleanest. So I just clean it up. I try to make each step as nice as possible in the lure making. This probably isn't necessary because I will be sanding all this down, but I feel like if I have the exact amount off each side, nice and level, then it will come out more rounder. Alright, so now we can round it off. Here is a look at the lure, half sanded, half not sanded. So there's all the carving, and then over here we got it rounded off with the sanding. Still a lot more sanding to do to clean this up. Some gouges in there need to get rid of, but that's about midway of sanding. Looks kind of cool. Alright, so I just spent way too much time in sanding this guy just to realize, or to remember, that it doesn't matter how nice this guy looks because it's going to be covered in little diamonds. That is right, I have not said it yet, but you've probably seen it in the intro. But today we are covering this deep diving crankbait in little diamonds. Where are they? I lost them already. There they are. Alright, so I went to Walmart and I saw these little... Alright, so I went to Walmart and I saw these little diamonds here. Or gems, I guess they call them. Gems. And I thought, you know what if we did a lure completely covered in these little guys. So these are just little fake plastic gems. So it has a silver backing and then just a clear plastic diamond bulb shape. You've seen these before. I don't know why I'm describing these so hard, but yeah guys, this is what we're going to be covering this entire lure with. So I just put in probably an hour of sanding, I'm not even kidding, to really make this guy look nice. And yeah, it wasn't even worth it. Wasn't needed, but good practice, I guess. You always need good sanding practice, right? So I need to go ahead and drill out the line tie and the treble hooks. I also need to make the lip. So I am referring this lure based off of this guy right here. Same size, pretty much. Oh, where'd mine go? Oh, wait. Oh, where'd mine go? Same size, same lip size. This is a 5XD. 5XD. I'm not sure how deep it dives, honestly. I don't know. But I need a lip that big. So let's go ahead, draw up a lip. I'm just gonna trace this one for the main part of my lip. Nothing like a good old trace job, am I right? Just gonna continue that lip so I have some to stick in my lure. Alright, I'm gonna go cut this out real quick. I've never made a crankbait before, so here we go. This is the first one. We're doing it. We're doing it right now. I need to figure out my slot, where that needs to be. I'm gonna go a little bit down, just a hair, slightly angled. Alright, there is our slot line. I'm gonna go outside and start cutting this with the Dremel. Alright, so I got that lip slot cut out, and it is time to put the lip in. I do need to drill a hole like right here, which is kind of sketchy. But would that lip be in the way? That's another question for drilling this hole out. I don't think it will be, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue this slot into place. Just gonna put a little bit of super glue in, just barely lock it into place, and then once I get it right, I will go hard with the glue. I got 2 drops in there. So I think I am happy with that. That looks pretty good, looks kind of straight. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a few more drops of super glue in here, get it locked into place. Baking soda. Alright, she is now not gonna go anywhere. Alright, our first ever crankbait lip put into place, and it looks pretty good. I am happy with that. I'm just gonna quickly seal all this wood around the lip. Dude, this looks pretty good. I almost don't want to do the gems because I know that's just gonna make it like kind of gimmicky, which I'm aware of. But I also want to give the gems the best crankbait they could have. So, I don't know. Kind of a hit or miss for me. Alright, the bill is glued in. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up all these gaps, get them smooth. Now I need to drill one pretty much straight up and down, right under that lip. So there are our holes drilled in the bait. Now we're ready for our line ties. Also, I just taped up the lip just to protect it from getting scratched too much while making it. Alright, so I got the 2 treble hook line ties made, but for this one I'm gonna have to make a pretty long one because it has to go through the lip, underneath to the hole, and then I drilled that hole about this deep, so pretty long line tie for this one. I'm gonna grab a fresh piece of wire here. Beautiful, mine. It's beautiful. Hole looks pretty centered. I'll take it. Alright, so this line tie is gonna have to go through the lip. Bend it more. Now we got that. I need to cut this. The tricky part now is to get this in that hole. I'm gonna go ahead and get some super glue inside there, because once it gets in, it's not coming back out. Oh, just freaking. I'm glad I did not tip that over, because the whole freaking lid came off. Imagine I just dumped it all in my hand. Like this, that would suck. I'm dropping a lot of glue in this hole. And now we're gonna shove this wire in the hole. Freaking big pliers, that man. Gotta be fast, it's probably already setting. Alright, there is how that looks. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna glue this piece down, but I do want to hold this down and put some glue and baking soda around this hole, just to make sure that does not go anywhere. For my first ever crankbait, this looks pretty freaking awesome. I'm stoked with it. I still need to glue in the other line ties though, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm making this guy so perfect. I mean, this is, for my first crankbait, I am stoked about this. I almost want to just keep this and not do what I'm gonna do with it, but we're doing it. I'm already committed. That's beautiful right there, man. The hole so tight, you gotta twist out the bait. Man. I'm getting better, guys, alright? I'm trying over here. There is the crankbait. Screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and seal it because I need to test this out. I need to make sure it has the right balance and flotation in the water. So, this guy's freaking sick, dude. I love it. I like it a lot. And sealed. Alright guys, so I am having some second thoughts about adding these gems to the lure. The lure just looks so freaking awesome, man. I could paint it an awesome paint scheme and have an awesome homemade crankbait. Or I can add a ton of these gems to it and it may not even look good. I may add all these gems and all the little details in these gems, like the edges or whatever, may disappear completely underwater. I may epoxy it and it may do the same thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. I may do a test actually. I mean, I know this is a dumb lure idea, but I still want it to be functional, and I would love for it to still catch fish. So if it looks stupid underwater, then I'm not gonna do it. But real quick, I'm gonna do a test. So I glued a few of these little gems together and epoxied it, and I think I'm gonna go for it. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. When the light hits it in different angles, it kind of changes color. Like there's black on top, there's silver. So even though it might not be much detail, like as far as the gems go, it will still have a cool color shifting thing to it. So I think it's gonna be cool. So we're gonna go ahead and do it. But there is little gaps in between them, so I'm going to paint the lure white first. So I have a nice pretty white coat of paint all over the lure now, and now I'm going to start sticking all of these gems onto this lure. Got super glue, a bunch of gems. Let's get started. You know what? My sister, I think she might have a tool for this that might make it a whole lot easier. Hold on. Alright, I am glad I thought of this because this will make grabbing the gems and placing them on the lure 100 times easier. Alright, let's get started. Again, I questioned doing this. I did not want to ruin this awesome crankbait here, but I'm committing to it. The only reason I made this crankbait is to do this, so we're doing it. Here we go, first one. First one of I don't know how many. I'm gonna start right here. There we go. Another thing too is I've yet to put eyes on this guy, and I've also yet to put weight in it. It's gonna need a little bit of weight, but I have no idea how all of these beads are going to affect how it sits in the water. So I'm gonna get most of them on and leave the bottom side bare, so I can still add weight to this guy. But I want to get all this on, get it epoxied, and then I will go from there and see how much weight we need to add, because all these little plastic beads, I know one bead itself floated, so it may just be a huge floating problem at the end of this. So I'm gonna add weight to the end. First one down, a lot more to go. Enjoy the time lapse, people. For me, I'll probably be sitting here for an hour or two. Alright, before I get carried away here, I need eyes. So let's add some eyes. I want red. Red is the color, man. We're going red. Never go wrong with red. I kind of got this side filled in to the eye spot, so I'm gonna just drop some eyes down. This lure basically has 200 eyes on it, is what I'm doing here. 200 different eyes. I don't know why, but this looks like a duck. You see a duck? I guess with the bill. The bill in its eyes looks like a duck. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking. It's getting weird. Alright, we got eyes. Back to the gems, which are basically eyes. This guy better have good action for all this work I'm putting into it. I don't need that much weight, so I'm gonna go ahead and drill a hole out right here, about the size of one bead, and then we will throw our weight right there. I'll just super glue this hole and throw a gem on top of it. Alright, just got that weight pushed in right there. If it floats too much, it floats too much. We're gonna go ahead and fill her in. I've only built about 6 lures now, but I know for a fact that much weight is the perfect amount. Alright, the last little gem. Here it is. Let's get this guy glued on and we're done. That took a while. Maybe an hour and a half to glue all these on. Maybe hour 20. But she is done, I hope. Yep, she's done. Okay. There we are. What do y'all think? It looks a little crazy. It looks cool. Looks different. I'm hoping, again, I said this like twice now, but I'm hoping once I epoxy it, it'll kind of balance it all out and make it look real cool with the gems underneath the epoxy. But I'm gonna go ahead and epoxy it now. And then this bad boy is done. Alright, so I am on my 3rd coat of epoxy here. So here is the finished lure. So the epoxy did not come out very smooth. It's a little bumpy, but the surface of the lure was bumpy. So I put 3 coats of epoxy on there, and as you can see, it is freaking reflective. I put a lot of work into this lure and haven't even tested out the action, so hopefully it works. She is definitely reflective. So here is the finished lure. It looks pretty crazy, man. Like I said, the epoxy definitely hid all the details in the gems, but I think this guy's gonna catch some fish. It's probably not the best time to go out and catch fish right now. It is pretty cold, but I'm gonna go out and try anyways. Just throw a few casts, test out the action of this guy. So let's head down to the lake and go catch some fish. Hopefully, we're gonna try. Let's test out the action first. Hopefully it works. Oh. That has a crazy wobble. Trying to keep it on surface. Wants to go down. And it's wanting to go down. That is good. Make a few casts with it. So the action works. The action works amazing. It kicks, it goes down. First cast. I've not casted my crankbait rod in a long time. Too long. Let's see how she feels. See if we can get it to go down. How deep are we? It's going down. I can't tell how far, obviously, but it is going down. It does want to swim to the right. I need to adjust. See if I can adjust that ring on top. That's going straight now. Let's see. Dude, this thing goes down. That was way down there. I mean, it is a deep diving crankbait. It does still have a very fast float up. I probably could have added more weight to it. It wants to come up quite a bit, but like I said, with all those gems I added, each gem adds a little bit of flotation. So anyway, it doesn't help. It matches my crankbait reel too, the Helios SX from Okuma. Freaking beautiful. Has a very nice tight wobble though. I like that a lot. I can just feel it. So I just adjusted that line tie again, and now she is swimming straight and perfect. Yeah, buddy. And getting stuck on bottom. This guy gets down deep, which I'm happy. I mean, that's his purpose. We successfully made a deep diving crankbait. I'm pretty proud of this one. I'm not too proud of the gems, you know, but I tried, you know, trying to improve my lure making skills. This is my 6th one, and we made a pretty awesome, successful deep diving crankbait. I'm happy with it. Well, no fish, but we now have our very first homemade crankbait, and I really enjoyed making this guy. It came out awesome. I'm not too sure how I feel about the gems, honestly, but, you know, it was a fun experiment. That's all we're doing here is just experimenting, you know, making lures, experimenting, trying different things. But, yeah, this was fun. I'm going to fish a few more spots on the way back. But, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.